Hi everyone and welcome to Xeno reInvent. Today we have the most exciting Xeno reInvent ever for you, where we're going to talk about the biggest game changer in over CRM in a decade. Such a big game changer that will totally change the way you think about CRM forever. And because we're talking about such an exciting topic today, we have with me Amjad. Amjad is the Chief Customer Officer of Fab India uh, and has been a key partner in together scaling up Fab India's CRM and loyalty program over the last few years. Welcome, Amjad.
Thanks so much, Pranav. Happy to be here. And like you said, it's a partnership. We're always willing to be here for our partners.
Uh, Perfect. Thanks, Amjad. So, all of us use AI today. At least I hope all of us use AI today to change the way that we work. But when we think about how all of us use AI today, when I talk to most people in different rooms, in different boardrooms, in different cities, in different countries, while having conversations with most customers, most of us are using AI today to talk to AI in a chat window, whether it's ChatGPT, it's Gemini, it's Claude. We're having a conversation, right? Create content for me. Help me do research on this topic. Help me understand more about this. Hey, here's this sheet with my customer data, or maybe we've connected it to our data and we're just asking a question on top of that. But ultimately, all of it is just a conversation in a chat window. And AI has expanded so much more beyond than that in terms of what is possible through AI today, right? And that got us thinking, right? What if we could deliver revenue? We could deliver incremental revenue while we sleep. What if there was an AI that could generate revenue for us while we sleep? Think about how crazy that sounds. But that is something that could be a game changer, right? So right now in front of you, you'll see a poll pop up where you can share how much of a game changer you feel AI that delivers revenue while you sleep would be compared to how we're using AI today. We'll give everybody another 15-20 seconds to answer. Yeah, thanks everyone for your responses. Uh, Yeah, so like I can see more than half of us, right, feel like it is a very big game changer, right? And all of us think that it's going to be impactful at some level or the other, right? Pretty much 90% of us gave it at least an 8 on 10. And that's why if you think about AI, not all AI is the same. Like you have a level one AI where you're having a conversation with AI. AI understands what you're saying. It's super awesome at understanding what you're saying. It gives you suggestions. Maybe it gives you customer analysis. Maybe it gives you content. It's just responding back to you. That's how most of us use AI today. Then you have level two AI where AI is giving you recommendations. Maybe AI is suggesting you actual campaigns and journeys that you can run in one click. But still, as a human, you have to look at those suggestions, and finally, you're still running campaigns or journeys in the same way that you did yesterday. Uh, but level three AI is what I feel truly changes the game, where AI decides and acts on our behalf. Imagine a world where your competitor CRM team is sleeping at 11 p.m. at night. You're also sleeping at 11 p.m. at night. But your AI can look at customer behavior and figure out at 11 p.m. on a Friday night which customers are most likely to convert if we send them specific content at this moment in time and actually make that decision while you're sleeping. That is the power of level 3 AI. I'll hand it over to Amjad to add his point of view.
Thanks, Pranav. I'm an AI optimist, as you know, and have engaged with me over the past year and a half, 2 years. So when you came to me and said that this is something that Xeno can do, and it was coincidentally just about a few days after the AI Impact Summit, and I'd actually met someone who was proposing something similar, but completely different context outside of India. And when you called and said that this is something that we can work towards, and would you be interested in this pilot? Before you finish your sentence, I think I'd already said yes. And I would like to confirm with the various people who are part of this webinar that absolutely level 3 is something that we are in the midst of implementing, piloting, and excited to see the different subsets of level 3, because there's something that we're doing right now, but where AI is going, it's an exciting place, and something that we can't probably even determine as yet.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, Amjad. Right. So I think today we're going to walk you through two big AI launches. First is the AI Insights agent, where you can understand a customer's behavior in minutes, which is a more effective level 1 AI purpose built for retailers like you, so that you can get true insights in a matter of minutes. And second is AI decisioning agents, which is literally a level 3 AI that will make you money while you sleep. And they're both going to be impactful in different ways. But we'll first walk you through AI Insights Agent, which is connected to your entire customer order, loyalty data to give you insights into your customer behavior. Just think of it as an AI partner who can do infinite customer analytics for you. Any question you have about your customer behavior, ask and get insights in a matter of seconds. Think of any question, right? Why is my new revenue or repeat revenue declining in a particular region, in a particular set of stores, on a particular channel? Of the customers that we reactivated in the month of March, how many have ordered again in the last 90 days? How are different loyalty tiers performing? Even ask broad questions about how can I grow my business altogether, or anything that you need to know about your business. And the crazy thing is that we engineered this entire solution to make sure that you get the right answer and not a hallucinated one. Typically, what a lot of brands try and do is, if they have a data warehouse, you can connect, do natural language to SQL on top of that, where you can directly query your data. But the reality is, even in the best theoretical environments, as per Snowflake, which is one of the leaders in the industry, they achieve a 71% accuracy. Whereas Xeno has taken a completely different approach, where we have built a fully engineered layer in the middle, where the AI does what it's great at understanding and recommending. So the AI understands what you want to know. It translates that request to a semantic layer, which then takes care of all of the querying, getting you all the information. And then the AI understands the final output and gives you recommendations. So we've left the AI to only do what it's best at, and taken out the things that AI is not best at, and built specific solutions for those. And compared to a 71% hit rate, Xeno's approach achieves over a 95% accuracy, which we validated across multiple tests. Now, today we're going to walk you through 3 real-world examples of how you can use Xeno's AI Insights agent. So first, we're going to give you a quick walkthrough over an AI Insights agent around doing a store-wise analysis and a walkthrough of the product.
With the new update, you can now access Stu directly from the navigation bar on the left, where you'll also find quick access to create a new chat and revisit previous conversations through chat history. At the center, you'll find the redesigned Agent First interface. Simply ask a question to start a conversation with Stu. We've also added curated suggestions to help you quickly explore insights, analytics, customer intelligence, and platform capabilities. The entire experience has been designed to feel more natural, conversational, and aligned with modern agentic AI interactions. Now, let's deep dive into what we wanted to focus on, and that is AI native analytics. We'll begin by asking Stu a business question focused on understanding customer acquisition and repeat purchase behavior across different stores. As soon as we submit the question, notice how Stu approaches the problem. Rather than immediately jumping to an answer, it first breaks down the request into smaller analytical steps. This helps ensure that every aspect of the question is properly understood and addressed. One of the most powerful aspects of this experience is transparency. Stu shows exactly how it is thinking through the problem, what information it needs, and the sequence of actions it takes to arrive at an answer. You'll be able to see the reasoning process unfold in real time, along with the tools being used behind the scenes to gather data, perform analysis, and generate insights. This means users are never left wondering how a conclusion was reached. Every recommendation is backed by a visible chain of reasoning, making the entire experience far more trustworthy and explainable than traditional analytics tools. What's particularly powerful is that all of this starts with a single natural language question. In response, Stu automatically analyzes performance across stores, identifies where new customer acquisition is improving or declining, highlights changes in repeat customer behavior, pinpoints stores that require immediate attention, and surfaces top-performing stores whose strategies can be replicated elsewhere. Beyond the analysis itself, Stu also translates these findings into concrete business actions, whether that's investigating specific stores, launching win-back campaigns, improving customer identification, scaling successful playbooks, or focusing on high-impact growth opportunities. All of this is delivered in a comprehensive, structured report that would traditionally require multiple dashboards, manual analysis, and significant analyst effort.
So as you can see, the AI Insights agent gives us a very detailed analysis of our store performance, right? The same way it can also answer specific questions that you have during a meeting.
Imagine you're in a business review meeting and a question comes up around regional performance. Before making a decision, you need data to back it up. Instead of navigating dashboards and reports, you can simply ask Stu a question in natural language. In this case, we're asking for the average transaction value, or ATV, for the North region, and how it has changed month over the last year. Notice how Stu immediately starts working through the request. It identifies the metric, determines the time period, and looks for the relevant region in the data. Interestingly, Stu doesn't find an exact match for North. Rather than making assumptions, it asks a clarifying question to ensure it's analyzing the correct region. This is a great example of agentic behavior, asking for clarification when needed, instead of risking an inaccurate answer. Once clarified, Stu performs the analysis and returns the complete trend, giving you the insights you need right there in the meeting. In just a few moments, you have the data needed to support a confident decision without opening a single dashboard.
No, and it can even answer broad questions like how can I grow my revenue?
What if you want to uncover the next big insight in your business, but you don't know what question to ask or where to begin looking? In this example, we're simply asking Stu to identify the biggest opportunities to grow revenue using all the data available across stores, customer behavior, new and repeat revenue, and any other relevant dimensions. Rather than limiting itself to a predefined report, Stu explores the data, uncovers patterns, prioritizes opportunities, and highlights the areas where the business can create the most impact. But the analysis doesn't stop there. Once Stu identifies the key opportunities, we can continue the conversation and ask it to dive deeper. Here, we're drilling down into discount and city-level performance within the regions that offer the highest growth potential. Because Stu retains the full context of the investigation, it builds on its previous findings, performs a deeper analysis, and helps narrow broad business opportunities into specific, actionable strategies. This is where the experience becomes truly powerful. Not just answering questions, but helping discover them, investigate them, and turn them into actions.
Yeah, so it literally gives you a full-fledged plan on how you can grow your business, not just answers by studying data, and you can have a deep dive conversation into any of the data points or the metrics. Right. So that's how powerful it is in terms of everything that it can help you solve from that standpoint. Yeah. So I will just. Thanks. So today it works on your order data, your store data, your new and repeat data, and very soon it'll also be able to answer questions around your product data, loyalty data, and communications data. And as of today, all of this can be made accessible to you. So we're going to put up a quick poll on the screen. So if you want to unlock early access, we're going to have our team reach out to you. If you're interested, we'll again just give you quick 30 seconds to respond. No. Perfect. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, we'll continue forward for now. Yes. So with the AI Insights agent, you can get customer signals on your fingertips. No waiting to see a dashboard. You can get all your management questions answered during the meeting itself. And you get confidence on accuracy with an offering that is purpose-built for retail. Amjad, would you like to add anything?
No, it's just one of those things that you should consider my being part of this webinar as my reach out, that this is something that we'd love to test out as soon as possible, because all of the calls that we make to the Xeno team asking for this insight or that insight, hopefully those will become a little less. And so excited to see how this shapes up as well.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Amjad. Right. And now we come to the real game changer, AI decisioning agents. Now, today, when we run marketing campaigns, we need to make a lot of decisions to get the customer to place their next order. To who should I send a communication, in what sequence, at what time, on what channel, with what offer, with what content? There are so many decisions to make, and there are literally endless decisions that we can make. Right? And ultimately, we output all of those decisions as campaigns and journeys, because that is all that's possible today. You create a campaign calendar and you create a triggered journey, right? I think it'll be great if Amjad shares his point of view on how we create campaigns and journeys today and the process to actually get there. Everything that we've done before AI decisioning agents.
Sure. So, for me, this has been a pretty accelerated journey, which began about a year and a half ago. And I think the idea was that even to get to a stage where we were triggering these journeys, creating personas, how do we sharpen our messages? It was all a very tedious process, a time-consuming process that my colleagues here at Fab India have been taking part in, and very, very, very well. I think over time we sharpened our message further. We introduced various new, segments, hyper segments, micro segments, whatever you want to call it. Implemented personas, implemented journeys of different kinds, and obviously all with the support of our partners from Xeno. Even then, of course, we saw a big change in terms of the impact of putting in all these efforts. But I suppose, Pranav, when you called and said that this is something that can be made even more efficient, it really piqued my interest, and I think we're glad to see that this pilot is going on right now. And I know that later on you have some early results from all the people that have been taking part in this pilot. So I think there's a few of them beyond Fab India.
Yes. No, thanks, Amjad. Yeah, so I think if we see all of those campaigns and journeys, right, and those are the ones that we create with all of our partners, because that was what was possible yesterday. We created campaigns and journeys against segments, against rules. But the reality is segments are a ceiling, they're not a strategy. And everything that we'd end up doing was averaging it out at a segment level, right? So you could have 500,000 Labs customers and you could segment them in 10 different ways, feel really proud that you've done that, but still you're sending 50,000 customers the same communications, right? And the reason we end up doing that is because we have recency behavior, frequency behavior, monetary behavior, product category purchase behavior, discount behavior, all these different behaviors. And if we multiply all of them together, it'll be thousands of possible combinations in terms of how we can engage with our customers, right? And even figuring that out requires a lot of foresight. And that's where, everything that we've done in the past gets stuck. And AI has given us an opportunity to start changing that. But one of the things that I see today, there are a lot of CRM products that have an AI inbuilt in them. But the AI also operates within that ceiling. It helps you create campaigns, journeys, segments, but ultimately everything is still happening at a segment level. Everything is still happening at a group of customer level, right? Everything is still operating within that old world ceiling. The idea with AI decisioning agents that we're going to showcase you today is to break and shatter that old world ceiling. So with that, finally going to introduce to you AI decisioning agents, where we'll give you the goal, where you give the goal, content, and guardrails. And using all of that, AI makes the best decision for each customer. I'll hand it back to Amjad to walk through his experience and the different agents Fab India has created with Xeno.
Sure. So, firstly, I think what Pranav had started off with, and what you started off with, that these agents are working 24/7. It literally is, in the dashboard that you all have shared, it can tell you in real time that who received what message. So that type of insight is pretty remarkable. When we started the journey in April with Xeno on the AI decision making agents, so we chose a cohort which was, our 12 to 36-month dormant cohort. They hadn't shopped with us. And of course, we wanted to see that, look, we will still want to test the efficacy of these agents. So therefore, we did a split between what our usual campaign strategy was and the one adopting an AI approach. So that began in April and it was implemented somewhere midway. May was the first month where we had this going on fully, and at that time, based on some of the early results that we saw in April, we introduced the at-risk cohort as well, meaning 9 to 12 months that they hadn't shopped. And soon enough, I think by the end of May and early June, when attribution periods were over, we had already sort of taken a call that, okay, let's expand this to our active base as well. And so this pilot is going on. Early results at the Fab India level are great. Early results at the across the businesses that Xeno is partnering with on this initiative is something that you'll see. And I Pranav, I think that's something that's going to be coming in one of the subsequent
Absolutely.
seasons.
Yes. Now, but before we get to those results, the amazing thing is that AI decisioning agents create compounding results, right? So everything that we're going to see today is a journey, because a year from today, the AI will become better and be able to take better and smarter decisions. A very quick brief into how AI decisioning agents work is that we take the customer attributes, we take all the inputs a user gives to create the AI decisioning agent, the predictive AI models that we built for different customers already. And all of that gets fed into the AI decisioning agent, where each AI decisioning agent, like an at-risk agent or a dormant reactivation agent or a new to repeat agent, each and every one of these agents further have 3 sub-agents, which is a planner agent, an executor agent, and an observer agent. Think of the planner agent as an artificial human who, instead of creating a campaign and journey plan at a segment level, is if you have 1 million dormant customers or 1 million active customers, will create a individual strategy for each and every one of those 1 million customers. The executor agent will ensure that it's understanding and executing that strategy on ground. And then the observer agent observes everything that is happening and then makes decisions on the go during the day as actions are getting performed and we're seeing the outcomes, right? And as those outcomes happen, all of that gets fed back into AI decisioning agents to further make smarter decisions over a period of time. And the way that reality looks like is, imagine an old way where, ultimately you create a segment, and for each segment you define a series of communications, which are fixed for every single customer within that segment. Now you give your inputs and AI decides a unique communication strategy for each and every individual customer. And now we're finally going to show you how that works in action.
Creating an agent takes about 2 minutes, and you're about to see exactly that. First, give the agent a name and pick a broad segment. That's the customer base it will handle. Next, define a goal, not just a campaign objective, a real business outcome the agent will actively work toward. That's your strategy done. The agent handles everything else from here. Now, enter the maximum budget the agent can spend per week. Then start adding content templates. Go ahead and add them. Adding a template works just like it does in campaigns. Add it here. Now the agent has content templates to choose from. Here's something worth knowing. The more templates you add, the better the agent performs. Every extra option gives it another possible action, another way it can personalize messages for each customer. Now move to guardrails. This is where you control things like when the agent starts communicating. For example, from June 10th, which is tomorrow. Set the allowed days. Then set the frequency limit per customer per month. For example, you can make sure the agent never contacts the same customer more than 3 times in a month. You can also set a minimum gap between messages to the same customer, and the agent will always respect it. Next, set your attribution window. This defines how long an order can be attributed. That's it. You've given the agent its full strategy and guardrails. Now just click schedule and you're done. The agent goes live tomorrow morning. It will wake up, analyze every customer in the segment, and start making decisions on its own. No further input needed from you.
Now that's it. On a daily basis, you create an agent in 2 minutes, you add all the content, and within the guardrails that you define, the AI agent will make decisions on a daily basis. No going back, figuring out specific campaign strategies, going into the details of those things. The AI will make decisions at an individual customer level automatically. And all you have to do is learn along with the agent and add content over a period of time.
Now you're on the agent's listing page. This is your command center. Every agent you've trained so far runs in parallel. Each one has its own guardrails, its own segment, its own goal, and its own budget. You can hover over any running agent to see how many templates it's working with, how many actions are planned for today, or check the recent actions it's taken in the last few minutes. You have multiple agents running at the same time. There's 0 campaign planning needed. You're sending out truly one-to-one personalized communications to every user in your segment.
And then the role starts shifting to managing the AI agent. And now we'll give you a sneak peek into what the decisions actually look like that the AI agent is making.
Now let's look at what the insights from a long-running agent might show you. Here you can see the full visualization of an agent that ran for 100,000 customers and had 13 content templates to choose from. That's a total of 1.3 million possible actions. Out of all those, the agent planned 556,000 communications, the best options to send out. It attempted about 57% of those, and 34% were actually delivered. That led to a 1.02% conversion rate, much higher than typical CRM marketing benchmarks. A second agent, the observer agent, runs in the background. It spots failed and suppressed actions, recovers the budget from those failures, and redistributes it across the remaining skipped communications. Then there are the communication patterns. You can see how communications are spread across different shoppers. How many customers received one communication, how many got 2 or 3, and how communications are spread across different hours of the day. Instead of blasting all WhatsApp messages at, say, 10 a.m. like a typical campaign, You can see how communications are distributed across days, hours, channels, and templates. The agent decides how to split the budget between 2 or 3 different channels. And no matter how many channels or templates you use, you can see exactly how the budget is spread across different dates. The agent spends more on weekends because it learns from historical data that weekend spending drives better conversions. But it also spends on weekdays for customers it knows will respond best to a message on, say, a Tuesday. This is what it looks like when an AI makes a million decisions on your behalf, and every single one of them is traceable, measurable, and intentional. That's Agent Insights.
So as you can see, the AI is making unique decisions, sending communications at different times of the day, different days of the week, automatically understanding which days of the week customers are more likely to convert, sending different customers different content. So it's making all of these decisions in the background for you on autopilot. And now we'll give you a sneak peek into what an individual decision looks like too.
Now let's look at the inspector. Here you can see every communication your agent has planned or sent, with a full explanation for each decision. Take Asha's communication as an example. You'll see a WhatsApp message was scheduled for her at 1:40 p.m. Why that message? Why that time? Because it had high expected value scores, strong conversion signals, and a good affinity for WhatsApp. You'll also see the expected value score as 1.619. The propensity, the likelihood of her placing the next order, Mao, is 58% because of this communication. The affinity for WhatsApp is 0.039. The AI decided the best time to send was 1:40 p.m. That could still change. For example, if a frequency cap, guardrail, or budget runs out, or if another agent overrides it. But all of that is handled automatically. You'll also see which template was sent to this customer. And you can filter by delivered, open, and clicked communications. Say you want to see all the clicked ones. Look at Reshma's. Her message was clicked at 4 a.m. because it went out at 12:45 a.m. A traditional CRM marketer would never schedule a campaign at 12:45 a.m. But that's what happens when you let the AI pick the best time for each individual customer. You can see exactly why that decision was made and the template that was used. That's the inspector. It's not a black box. It's a full decision timeline for every customer your agent acts on.
Perfect. So the AI agent is able to make specific decisions for every individual customer, including crazy decisions that, yes, you can control, but it's able to make crazy decisions like communicating at midnight because this customer actually engages with the content late at night, right? And as you can see in that example, the customer actually clicked on the communication, not just opened it at 4 a.m. in the morning. Everything that you just saw is already live at 5 brands, and today we're opening it up for 5 more brands. And the reason we're not yet opening it up to everyone is because AI is not cheap, and we are funding it for our initial design partners as part of a design partner program. And I'll hand it over to Amjad, to share his experience of being one of the first design partners with Xeno.
Sure. So I think one of the commitments, Pranav, that you'd asked was that we have this very disciplined weekly check-in, which takes about 30 minutes, and that type of a commitment was difficult to just structure, but you've held us to it. And it's pretty critical that that takes place because not only do you review what has happened in the last 7 days, corrective actions can be taken. After all, we are dealing with something brand new and something that is continuously learning. So just to keep the communications within the guardrails, making sure that everything stays, the strategy part of it stays human, even if the planning, execution, and observing part of it becomes AI. That's pretty critical. So those weekly check-ins have been pretty great. We've looked at, we've been able to tweak our strategy, not just at a macro level, but even at micro levels. All of the things that make sure that the right message reaches the right customer at the right time, using the right medium. And ultimately, I think that's all that we're hoping for, that from different brands' perspectives, that the message reaches and the brand stays top of mind. So that's something that the AI decision-making agents can certainly help with, and we've seen evidence of it. And yeah, we're excited to see what else is in store.
Oh, perfect. Thanks, Amjad. I think what I've learned across this design partner program, right, is a lot of minute things that have helped us build AI decisioning agents and make it more effective over a period of time. But I remember when we even got started, I had a thought process in mind that, hey, if this is able to perform 10-20% better than campaigns and journeys, that's a lot of money, right? If you're able to scale that out, that we could deliver our partners, 10-20% growth in incremental conversions and incremental revenue would be a lot, right? But the real early results that we've achieved so far is actually a 50% uplift in incremental conversions versus the personalized campaigns and journeys that we were doing. I'll hand it over to Amjad to share his point of view.
Yes, we've seen some exciting numbers at Fab India. Of course, this is not a Fab India number. It's a sort of all of the cohort, the pilot cohort that's there. I of course am like I mentioned earlier, an AI optimist. So I was very not too surprised to see certain numbers. But Pranav, I think you were quite you had a lower expectation, and I think it surpassed it. So now that we're going to be taking it to other cohorts as well, across the customer base, I'm pretty certain that we'll continue to see good numbers, good figures, making life easier for everyone. And I think it basically allows the execution, the micro execution part, to shift to these agents, whereas then we can sort of think that the teams can sort of think about how we can make this more impactful at a macro level. So it's sort of like the best of both worlds. And like I said, at the somewhere in the middle, that this is just the start of it. We're going in a direction. No one knows what it holds in store, but happy to be a part of this journey with you.
No, thanks, Amjad. So I think, like Amjad shared, these results were better than expected, right? And the crazy thing is, these results were not achieved versus doing nothing. These results were achieved versus running personalized campaigns and journeys where we look at customer behavior deeply, we target them with micro segments. In comparison to that strategy, these early results have been achieved, right? Which is something that's super duper amazing, right? And what AI decisioning enables all of us to do is to literally grow repeat revenue on autopilot, where you can build AI agents instead of planning and executing campaigns. And then those AI decisioning agents take care of making a strategy for every individual customer. And because of doing all of that, we're able to generate higher revenue because of true one-to-one communications. So again, just like we did with AI Insights Agent, for whoever would like to join the design partner program, you can share your interest here, and then we'll have the team set up a communication with you. You'll all see a poll pop up on your screen, and we'll give you 30 seconds to respond. No, perfect. Thanks everyone for sharing your interest. Now, both of the key big game changers that you saw today are also enabling us to change the way we think about CRM altogether. For the longest period of time in CRM, we would spend the most amount of time executing on ground, right? Creating the segments, creating the campaign and journey plans, executing those campaigns and journey plans in a software. And all of that would take up a majority of our time. Then even spending time to analyze customer behavior. But now instead of that, the role and like probably all roles in the world are changing. Instead of executing, the role is becoming more strategic, where instead of doing all the execution on ground, you can become more strategic in terms of how you're approaching everything, right? And the AI insights agent and the AI decisioning agent is a key step towards every CRM marketer becoming a manager of AI agents, right? And we're very happy to be bringing all of these capabilities to you. And now we're happy to, answer the questions that all of you have. We have a Q&A section. I think everybody can ask the questions that you have in the Q&A section. And then, we'll respond to the different questions. Yeah, we'll just wait for a minute or two for everybody to ask their questions. Yeah, so I think the first question is around how long does onboarding take? If you're already a Xeno customer, AI decisioning agents can be taken live in a matter of days. If you need to implement the core Xeno platform, it would take, probably 1 or 2 months, depending on the complexity of the approach. I think another question is around how do I get access to AI decisioning for our account? I think pretty much the same answer, right? If you're an existing Xeno customer, you can reach out to your customer success manager, who will be, happy to line up a demo, and then we can take it forward from there. And if you're not yet using Xeno, again, you can reach out to your point of contact at Xeno, and we can enable that. Perfect. So we'll just quickly wait for a minute more to see if there are any more questions before we wrap up. Perfect. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us today. Yes, and have a great rest of the day. Thank you. I think we just got some question. There's a question. Do you have a model designed specifically for companies mainly dealing with distributors and dealers? So ultimately, the core problem statement is the same in terms of looking at data, in terms of what products a distributor and dealer are buying, the same loyalty program incentives. So yes, we can power that through the Xeno platform, Sean. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.